Welcome to Market Momentum with JLG Marketing Solutions. My name is Jesse Guthrie. I'm the owner of JLG Marketing Solutions, a marketing agency located in the Tampa Bay area. And today we have a special podcast on Fair Bites and Atticus with John and Sarah. John and Sarah own Fair Bites. Fair Bites is a fair food, a restaurant located in Gulfview Square Mall. And Atticus is a shirt and apparel company that is located in Tarpon Springs. So we have John and Sarah on with us today. Welcome to the show. All right. So tell us today, what is the name of your business, and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm John.
We own Fair Bites, and we are at the Gulfview Square Mall. And then we also own Atticus, and we are in Tarpon Springs on the Sponge Docks.
Great. So if you can, why did you start your businesses or businesses? So I guess you can go, with Fair Bites first, and then we can talk about Atticus.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about Fair Bites?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So Fair Bites was a idea that we came up with based off of like the events that we had seen in the local towns that they throw like once a month. Just seeing that the food trucks that were offered were not carrying any of your typical fair foods like corn dogs, cheese curds, fried pickles, funnel cakes. And so my parents have 3 food trucks out of Minnesota, and this is their 18th year running the food trucks. And so we spent many, many summers helping them in their food trucks. And we just thought it would be such a cool idea. Originally, we wanted it here on the Sponge Docks, but nothing outside of like an actual restaurant had been available, and it wouldn't be ideal for us to convert like a retail store into a restaurant and bring a hood and all of that would be very, very expensive. And so when we saw that the Gulfview Mall was looking for food court vendors at amazing rates, rental rates, we jumped right in. And so that's how Fair Bites came about.
Great. So you also own another business called Atticus. Do you want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's on you.
That's on me.
You can do that one.
When we first moved to Florida down here from up in Minnesota, we were looking at opening some kind of shop of some sort. And I had done for a couple bars and for several friends, I had made some custom shirts, but ordered through online. And that was fairly spendy. And I was also a big supporter of a t-shirt brand called Grunt Style. I loved what they were about. They were very patriotic. They had American flags on all their shirts. And when we came down here, the opportunity presented itself where there was a t-shirt shop that was available with a guy from Nepal. And he was very understanding and a great mentor for us. Me being in the design field the way it is and having the experience that I have as an easy transition, just had to get down a couple more of the software programs and get the ball rolling with that. Right now we do probably about half a dozen bars in the area. Eagle's Nest, Naughty Or, there's a couple other ones out there, and then a ton of actual Atticus shirts that are patriotic themed and driven. Veteran owned. I was in the Army myself as a 67 Yankee Cobra helicopter crew chief. So I like to be able to give that back to the community and show
Patriotism.
the patriotism and the love we have for the country and the people that have served, whether in all branches: Navy, Army, National Guard, Marines, Air Force, now Space Force. I
Awesome.
I know a guy that just got shipped off to be a part of Space Force too. So it's really cool to see how it all develops and the brotherhood that's been created with all of this actually. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I commend you for having a business that does that. Because I'm familiar with Grunt Style too, and I like the message, but I like your message a little bit better because it's local to me, and that gives me an opportunity to be part of your community as well. So I definitely recommend that too. Anybody watching, take a look at obviously Atticus and what they have to offer. So let's jump into we'll go with Fair Bites first. What areas do you serve, and what do you serve, and maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
So right now our only location is at the Port Richey Gulfview Square Mall. And what we serve is fair foods. Our corn dogs are all beef, hand dipped. So we make our own batter, and we make them to order. Everything we have is made to order. We do funnel cakes, deep fried Oreos, cheese curds, fried pickles. Sometimes we'll bring in like little specials. A couple weeks ago there was the the chocolate festival, and we had half-pound foot-long hot dogs. And they were massive.
Yeah.
And those went over very, very well, because when our niche is fair food, so when we have this little 700 square foot kitchen where the fair is acres and acres of food, we can only do so much in our little space. So we kind of focus on like your main top things that you would go to the fair and eat, and then we'll bring in like little specials every now and then.
we do take a lot of requests and suggestions from the community that come in. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I was at the Strawberry Festival last week or last year, and they had this kind of topping for the funnel cake," or somebody just came in last week and they said something about we should try deep fried Oreos, and so there's always things that are in the hopper, so to speak, of new things we could try, and we're very open to suggestions and guidance as far as like community and what they want to see, what they'd like to see on the menu as well. So
Otherwise, we
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously you want to serve what people want, and you don't want to be wasting your resources and your money on things that people don't want, especially,
Yeah.
high turnover with food in the food industry as well. So, yeah. Do you, so with Atticus, do you, tell us about, I mean, obviously you probably have, is it online? Is it digital? Do you serve, the local area, or is it, a nationwide thing?
it's, for the most part, it is local.
Okay.
Word of mouth. We hand out business cards. We do have the Facebook platform, and we also have like a TikTok account as well. It's more of a lifestyle. Like we make funny videos. Obviously, we're wearing the apparel to help brand and get the name out there.
Sure.
But also, being from Minnesota, we have several people that order our shirts from up there too. And some people are being with how everybody's from everywhere around the nation. Like around here, we got people up in Alaska, Yeah, people from
Europe,
California,
Philippines,
Europe, yeah, even overseas.
France.
Yep.
We get
And
to see people worldwide. So
yeah, so
Australia,
we'll try
some
to
people
give
from
them,
Australia.
deals, and then we'll throw in like something with like a logo on it, and the only request we have out of that is, if you're from France, take a picture in your Atticus shirt in front of like a landmark, or anything along those lines, so we're able to use it and try to help market as well. That actually helps out quite a bit, and it goes really far. It shows it shows the caring of the customer and the fan base that we have, and the outreach and the outpouring of support that we have for them.
No, yeah, that's awesome. So with your TikTok and stuff like that, obviously you get a global reach because TikTok everybody can see. So that's awesome that you're using that in your marketing, and that's helping you grow. I commend you for that, because a lot of people don't know or realize the power of TikTok and how many people it can reach. So how do you guys create content for that? Do you just do it off the cuff, or do you get ideas, or how do you guys do that?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly getting ideas and then trying to tweak it and make it our own.
Sure.
Yep. The one of the last ones we did, it was a spoof on Napoleon Dynamite. And actually, if you go to Fair Bites, the TikTok, or I think I put it on Atticus as well. We crossbred that one. But it was themed towards the tater tots, and sharing the tater tots. There's a short clip in the movie where a guy wants some tater tots from Napoleon Dynamite, and Napoleon didn't want to give them up, and just things ensue, and tater tots get spilled. I guess I'll leave it at that. But it's very funny. They're funny videos, patriot videos. And just lifestyle videos. It could be anything, as relationships. That's the one nice thing about these two brands. You can put on an Atticus shirt, and it can be themed towards Atticus. It could be shot at a dinner table, and it could be a funny conversation between parents and their kids, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, but it's food oriented too. So it can cross over different areas and still get the message across and be funny as well.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, the tater tot video was, we were listening to the radio and they were talking about tater tots, and all of a sudden we're like, Napoleon Dynamite. We're like, oh, we gotta find that clip and make a spoof video on that. That was pretty funny.
When she came in to shoot that video too, what's the guy's name? Is it Paco or something? Pedro. He had like a slight mustache or whatever, and she forgot to bring an eyeliner to do that. So she took like an Oreo and drew on the little mustache to make it look. But she was Pedro and I was Napoleon Dynamite. It's really funny though. Like, and there's behind the scenes of like, oh, we forgot to bring mascara so she could do a mustache. So she's up there with her Oreo, trying to mark it in. Behind the scenes.
So yeah, that type of stuff is awesome, because you get to see how you guys did it. And I think I did see a trending thing on TikTok about the tater tots. So I think what's cool is like you could set the trend on TikTok and people can try to capitalize on what you guys put out too. So it's TikTok. I think if you're a business and you're not using it, I think you should look at it. It's not only for dancing and all that kind of stuff. You can take it and, like you said, you just adapt it to what you're trying to get across, and people get know your brand and can laugh with you. So I think a lot of people think that, oh, it's not professional, but everybody needs a little bit of everything, I think, to make you who you are and what you're about. So
it's becoming more and more of a teaching platform too. Obviously it follows like algorithm and whatnot, but I see more and more like dishes, like people cooking at home, and this is how to make a tater tot casserole, or how to cook a steak perfectly. And there's a lot of educational videos on TikTok. It's not just for kids. So
No, yeah, I agree. And I'm finding myself more and more using that search button on TikTok on like how to find this or how to make this, you know what I mean? So I think it's becoming more of a search engine per se, like Google, was when we first started it out. People are going there and searching for things. So
or YouTube,
yeah,
you don't want a 10-minute video on how to change spark plugs. Just give me the Cliff Notes version. TikTok is the Cliff Notes version of YouTube.
Yep, and I wholeheartedly agree on that, because 9 times out of 10, if you're watching a 10-minute video on YouTube, they're trying to monetize that throughout that 10 minutes, right? So they can get 3 or 4 ads on that, so they make a little bit more money.
Yep.
Now, if that's their target demographic, sure, go ahead and you can probably interject like a funny scene in that 10-minute, spark plug change thing. But if people are looking for, the nitty gritty, these short form video, like TikTok and, clips and all that kind of stuff is where it's at. So,
yeah.
All right. So, what, I always ask this question because obviously I like to see the perspective of the business owner and why your product or service is important for your community. So if you want to go ahead and let me know what you think of that.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Yep, you can go first.
I'll talk about Fair Bites.
Yep.
Our product is important is because we're unique. You can't get fair food all year round. And if you are craving cheese curds on a random Wednesday, come see us because we have them every single day. And I don't know what else to say. I lost it.
It's with Fair Bites, it's a great concept. It really is. It's got, honestly, I'm not lying. Like we take like a lot of pride of the menu, the core menu that we have, the hot dogs, the corn dogs, the funnel cakes, the cheese curds. We've gone through like several different brands and try to narrow it down to get that very specific taste that we're looking for in a corn dog or a hot dog. Cheese curd, it's got a squeak, when you chew it,
and our years of experience of being in fairs.
Yeah. Yep. And guidance from her parents that have been doing it for 18 years. Yeah. They've been a great support and a great mentor to lean on, with issues. As far as Atticus, it's one of the most important things there is just the support of the community, and the support showing that there's a brotherhood out there, and it's not even all armed forces people. It's people that know somebody that's in the armed forces, or a son or a daughter, grandfather that fought in the war, World War I, World War II, the Desert Storm. So many that we've had just in the past 20 years with conflicts and everything else. And we got to have, especially this time right now is more important than ever to show your patriotism and the care for America. And what better way to do that than, put a flag on your shirt and support your country. But it goes further than that too. That's just with the Atticus brand, with the custom shirts we do. I just had somebody reach out to me. I was picking my kids up from school, and I had a lady come running up, and her grandmother is turning 90, and she wants a bunch of shirts made with her photo on them. They're going to have a big birthday party for her. And so we're in the process of working that out and doing a design concept with special font. So her grandmother can celebrate her 90th birthday in style. So
That's awesome.
birthdays, special events, anniversaries, or just, a group going out to a Lightning game or, Tampa Bay Bucks game. They want to be in a group, any kind of group setting. They're going to want a shirt that stands out so their group stays together. Bright shirts, that's part of your group. So it helps in so many ways of community and sticking together.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm all about it. My brother is a Navy chief and he's overseas right now. So, anything that we can do to, help those people out and show pride, and, it touches me, because obviously my family is important to me, obviously. And my dad is from the Navy as well. And anytime I see someone that, I know that is military, I thank them for their service. So that's important to me. So I appreciate you guys, doing that for them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
You're proving a great service too. Like,
yeah,
the things that you're doing, we're very appreciative. So thank you also.
Yeah. No,
It's really cool.
yeah. No, I try to get, you're busy working in your business, and I want to highlight the businesses in our community that are doing good things. Have unique, Fair Bites is unique to me. I mean, I love fair food, and I hate waiting all year to go to the fair to go do this when I have you guys local to me, which is awesome. Now I can just go and get my fix on. And my son, he's 8 years old. He loves corn dogs. And I guarantee your corn dog is a lot better than this frozen stuff that I'm getting from the, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So now I have an option rather than, not an option. So.
And we just upkicked DoorDash, so you don't even have to leave the house.
Yeah.
Might put an 8-pack order in, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So.
There you go.
All right, well, so that brings me into, the next question is, what is the best way to order from you guys?
So with Fair Bites, like we said, we just onboarded with DoorDash. And then also we are just located in the mall, and you can just come to the counter and order right up.
With Atticus, we are on Facebook or TikTok. Best way to get hold of us there would be go to Facebook Messenger and tell us what you're looking to accomplish, what you want to get on, sizes, colors, and we'll take it from there. And we help all throughout the design process and go from there.
All right, good deal.
Or just come and see us on the sponge docks.
Yeah, right. It's funny.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I've seen your sign as I'm driving through the sponge docks, but now I'm going to put a face to the business. So now I'll stop in and say hello to you whenever I'm going through there.
Definitely.
We go to Rusty Billy's down there a lot, and the aquarium right there.
I got a lot of friends that work there, and plus with all the events that they have the wine walk. We got First Fridays. This is the 2024 list that just came out of all the events.
Oh wow! Okay.
Coming
just
up
in Tarpon.
Just on the sponge docks. So yeah, there's a ton of events. It's always busy down here. We are in season, and stop by and check us out.
Yeah, for sure. No, and now that I know you're there, I will. So obviously, the title of the show is Marketing Momentum. So with all of my guests, I ask them a couple different marketing questions, to help people maybe that are trying to start a business or already have a business, or maybe trying to, get to where they want to be. What is one marketing tip that is working for you currently that you can share with us?
Honestly, the only marketing that we have been doing is Facebook and TikTok. We've done a couple of sponsored ads, but not very many. Atticus, we started 5 years ago, and Fair Bites is almost a year. And so we've been trying to come up with different things, such as we did just create prize cards for Fair Bites, which is like a loyalty rewards card. So with that, it's every $10 you spend, you get a punch, and on your 10th punch, you're going to get $10 off. People are really, really enjoying that. And also we created a discount card, or like a coupon card, that we'll be giving to like local schools as like a reward for the students. And it's like, it's cool. It's a little scratch off. So they, scratch it off and see what they win underneath. And then it looks like a ticket, like a ticket that you get for the fair. And so we'll see how those work out. But so far, people are really liking the loyalty cards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As far as Atticus goes, again, TikTok and Facebook, getting the videos out there, usually funny or informational, educational, always grabs people's attention. But also definitely like word of mouth.
Yeah.
And like,
that's the biggest one.
Yeah. With food, they can't see it right away. It's basically just word of mouth. Oh, the corn dog that I had at Fair Bites was awesome. You got to go check it out, blah, blah, blah. The cheese curds are off the charts. That's awesome. But that's just word of mouth unless you bring them actual food. And usually our food doesn't last that long. They're going to eat it right away.
Yeah.
With Atticus, being shirts and everything, people see these shirts around town. Some of the bars, they have their logo on it and everything. But some of them don't want the flag on it. They just want their business, which is totally understandable. One of the bars right up the road here requested, several companies that I've worked with have requested that the flag be on the sleeve as well. And that not only shows patriotism, but it also shows, branding too, where you can, who made that shirt? Where can I get one of those? Or, can they work with me on a design process that I have, an idea that I have? So people can actually feel the shirt, the texture of the shirt, and see the different qualities of shirt and the vinyl that we put on these shirts as well. So it's a little bit easier to see in the product and market it when you can actually touch and feel the product as well.
Well, and it's not vinyl though. You always call it vinyl. The print. They're all different. It depends on the design on how it's printed on the shirt.
TTG or direct to garment.
Direct to garment. Yep.
When you say vinyl, people think like the fabric, the sticker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not like vinyl like you put on the side of your truck or anything like that. It's
no. Yeah, we're not using a Cricut.
Yeah.
But no, I mean the flag on the sleeve idea is awesome because they're gonna ask, if you have your branding on the shirts that you make, there's your card right there. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's awesome that you do it because they're like, oh, there's some nice shirts, right here. Thing.
Yeah.
And then word of mouth. I think a lot of people nowadays think it's all digital, but I think there's a resurgence of word of mouth marketing and that referral marketing that I preach too. That if you can't talk about your business or other people can't talk about your business, there's an issue, right? Because you want people talking about your business. You want your word to be your calling card, right? So if people know that you guys make the best corn dog in the county, people are going to come and talk about it. So I definitely recommend word of mouth marketing. And obviously, we all try to do it the best we can every single time. We try to put out the best product that we can. So your work will be your word, right? So,
Yep. And there's a lot of other cool things out there that we've tried to. I don't have it with me, but Dot has like the wristband with the little code on it. I have one of those, and they also make like metal business cards with the little code on it. The only issue I found is, especially, I don't know if you have one of those rubber band or rubber bracelet things. The little code is printed on ink, and in time it fades out. And I've had mine for
Not that long.
maybe a month and a half, 2 months,
Yeah.
and it's faded off. But
No.
it's a great concept where you always have it with you. It's a bracelet, and then you take your phone and you scan it,
Yeah.
and it brings up all your social media and everything. But we just have to figure out a better way to keep that ink on there, the
Preserve
stamp
it.
on there, so
Yeah.
it doesn't fade away.
Yeah, I think I was on a podcast with Jason from Shark Tank Fitness, and he had that. And that was the first time that I saw it. And yeah, I scanned it with my phone,
Yep.
and all of his information popped up, and it sent me a friend request on Facebook automatically, and all this kind of stuff too. I'm like, wow, that's pretty smart. So
Yeah, it's really cool. I actually have to reach back out to them and see if they can send me another band or whatever. Maybe they've addressed that issue. I haven't worn it into the shower or anything like that. It's just I was wearing it constantly, and it, it's sun faded, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, oh yeah. All right, I have one more question, and it's a question that can give a little bit of insight for people that maybe have a food business or have an apparel business like you have and stuff like that. Is what is one thing that your business is struggling with right now that we could try to talk about?
Well, as far as Fair Bites goes, I mean, a lot of people don't even realize that, one, there's a mall in Port Richey, and two, that the mall is still open. A lot of people, heard the buzz around town that the mall was going to be demolished, like there's nothing in there, that kind of thing. And honestly, before the post looking for a food court vendor for the mall, we didn't even realize there was a mall either. It's not that visible off of 19 because you've got that strip of stores right out front and the mall is behind that. And there isn't very many stores in there, and they're not much enticing people to go into the mall. So basically just getting people to know that we're there, because also there's no signage like for us in our business, so we have to rely on other marketing avenues to be able to bring people in and just let them know that we're there. And DoorDash is going to help with that, and all these other marketing avenues such as this podcast, and just getting like other people to know that we're there.
You're there. Yeah.
Word of mouth is actually really a double-edged sword too. It can be a long, hard road, and if it's at a place, if your location's at a place where there's not a whole lot of traffic, or there's a rumor mill going around about it, like, oh, they're closing or blah blah blah, it's hard to encourage people to go back and check it out and find you. And that works with Atticus too. If the word of mouth isn't fast enough, it takes some time. It took 5 years for this, and it's not busy all the time here either. It's we just came into season. Season starts the day after Valentine's Day, and it only goes for several months. But other than that, you're just kind of riding it out, and you just got to make sure you're on top of your game, and you have new ideas and new designs and a quality product that the customer is going to desire and want to come back.
Yeah, you make the most out of your busy times so that it can stretch over your slow season.
Yeah, that would be the biggest. So teaching moment, I would want to tell people, if you're really busy in the beginning, ride it out for the year. Don't start going out and buying a bunch of new equipment or anything like that. You need to grasp the full aspect of the entire year to judge your busy times and your slow times, and then you'll make moves accordingly after that.
No, you guys bring up great points because there's ebbs and flows of every type of business, and if it's not an ongoing or a seasonal product, yeah, you're gonna have to ride those waves, through the whole year. And marketing too. Obviously, the first of the year is a hot spot too because everybody is anxious to get their marketing going. They want new year, new campaigns. The last quarter of the year is usually when people start to prepare to like do a new website. They're launching the first of the year, that type of thing. So yeah, I totally get that too because people want to gear up for those busy seasons, and we have to make sure that we're sustainable throughout the whole year. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I so yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on this podcast. And actually in the mall this Friday, I think, is the What's Up podcast studio is having a grand opening.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I'll actually be there. So I'll come around and say hi to you guys over there in the food court if you're there. And
Perfect. He'll be working.
Yep.
all right, perfect. So I know we're gonna try to get some people over there that have businesses in the mall too to get into that studio and introduce yourself too. So I'll introduce you to the studio host and everything like that too. So I could get you guys on that.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it's about now I know who you guys are, so now I can be a part of it, and be a part of your community. So just as well as you can be a part of my community. So
Well, and it's cool to see like local podcasts because before you mentioned or like offered us to come on your podcast, that like literally was not even a marketing idea
Yeah.
at all.
When she first brought it up, I'm like, all right, well, where is this guy? Clearwater, Tampa,
some other country,
Miami.
Yeah, I help the Kilties with their local podcast as well, and then Lindsay Weber and Kayla McDonald have a key team. It's a real estate marketing podcast as well that we do local too. So yeah, I think podcast was seen as like, wow, like how do you do it? So now I'm trying to make it more acceptable and easier to do in kind of this format with local businesses as well. So definitely want to get the word out for that. So
that's awesome.
All right, Sarah and John, I appreciate you guys coming on. I will put the links to your Facebook pages and everything in this once the show airs, and we get put it in the comment. First comment, we'll pin that, and that way people can visit you guys and see you. And we'll put the locations of where your businesses are located. That way people can reach out to you and visit. So
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you again, Jesse.